Hello, welcome to my presentations. I'm Dr. Razali Daturanza. We are submitting for the Social Innovations category with the project titled Industrial Analysis Tool for Human Resource Strategy in Small and Medium Tourism Enterprises. This video is submitted for the competitions of Minggu Penyelidikan dan Inovasi 2022 organized by University Malaysia Terengganu. The project is funded under the Research Grant UMS SDK 0282-2020. Thank you once again to the organizing committee. I'm the project leader from Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy, University of Malaysia Sabah, and these are my team members. I have Mr. Andy Lee, Associate Professor Dr. Jabil, Puan Siti Hasna, Professor Dr. Hajar Ausia, Dr. Norina, and as well as Dr. Rafiq Idris. So the whole concept of this particular project began when we are knowing the impact of COVID-19 has been catastrophic for the travel and tourism sector. Can see that based on the record back in 2020, there was about 767,000 people who were left unemployed. Although the number has decreased back in 2021, 694,000 people are still unemployed. But based on the June 2021 report, it is about 7.46 million of people are still outside the labor force. So with this, we can see that a lot of industry, especially the tourism and travel industry, will have to reassess its current positions and to gauge human capital strategies so that it is able to align to achieve the organizational target, which are to recover revenue, to rebuilding the operations, rethinking the organizations of the business, and to accelerate the adoptions of the digital solutions. So the whole ideas of this is in line with the KPMG report. As you can see, 87% of the HR executives that has been sampled believe that HR is important. They have played an important roles in responding to the pandemic. However, it is also reported that 13% of the workforce may face difficulties and it could be redundant as well. However, 47% of the workforce observed or reported to have a need to go through training and development programs, either for reskilling and upskilling. So KPMG report 2021 also proposed that in order to achieve such ideas, organizations will have to create a purpose-driven culture, take the lead to reskill the workforce, and to harness analytics. So the whole concept that we have is that when we talk about industrial analysis, the popular one was actually the Porter's 5 forces model. So we are thinking of having that, apply it, put it into a system, a web-based system, which is ubiquitous to all users as a resource-based approach. The users will enter the data, they will answer the questions, and it will generate a plausible solutions to them to apply with. So the whole idea is that once again, we put up the Porter's 5 forces model as a web-based solutions questionnaire. People will use it, HR managers or business managers will answer the questions and conduct the self-administered test so that the system will provide plausible HR strategies for the HR managers or the users to consider on. So the whole idea is that it is aligned with the digital era of today, the digitalizations of data to apply with data analytics and to create the social innovations to help the community, which in this particular case is the HR managers or the business managers. Because we observed from a couple of reports, some organizations are not able to assess the situations, not knowing that how much does the pandemic COVID-19 will affect. So this is the tools that is applicable and for them to use from time to time to identify and to gauge what is the status of the company, how much does those 5 forces model are actually impacting the business. So the whole idea is that it helps the user to understand the status of the company, which is based on the 5 forces model or the 5 factors of the Porter's 5 forces model. Okay, so the tools, basically the rough ideas that we have is one, it is to develop a web-based solutions for managers to use a self-administered test on Porter's 5 forces model. We have run a couple of meetings and workshops to ensure that the models is workable and the ideas of the respondents out of the 37 sample was made, and we had more than 200 HR learners provide the feedback on the questionnaire items and all, so that step 2, the system will provide a descriptive feedback. It is hoped that after the descriptive feedback has been generated, the system will be able to suggest any possible HR strategies for HR managers or the users itself to consider to apply with. All right, so the whole idea is to create value amongst the industry. So we are hoping that the industry analysis tools that we put up on the web-based solutions will be meaningful and beneficial to the business managers or HR managers, for instance. So in this particular context, I'm taking the examples of Porter's 5 forces model. Under Porter's 5 forces model, we have the 5 forces, which are rivalry of competitors, threat of new entry, bargaining of suppliers, substitute of products, and power of buyers. So these are the 5 forces models that will be answered by the HR managers or the users based on the questionnaire that we generate. So from there on, we will be able to gauge. The user will also get to know what kind of 5 forces model, which one of these 5 is actually affecting the organizations the most. So throughout the sessions, after they have completed the questionnaire, the system is expected to generate HR strategies as well. Some of it probably will be suggesting on to get on with the new hirings, to reskill or upskilling the existing employees, looking for recruitment companies, and providing a network with the learning institutions, and of course also involving migrations of peoples or globalization effect into the substitutions of modern technology. So all of these are some of the HR strategies that to be looked at. Then it is hoped that for this particular exercise or implementation, it is able to increase the operating efficiencies and at the end to optimize the performance of the organizations and individuals within the organizations, and more importantly, to retain the best employees within the organizations. So all of this, it is hoped that the system will be giving an advantage for the HR managers as the users to gain a better insight about their companies and to know what kind of strategies that is applicable in that sense. So these are some of the questionnaire and the criteria that related to the 5 forces model. Okay, so the 5 forces model, users will be able to choose either one of it or pick up all, plus we add on the government factors as well. And for instance, based on the answers that they have answered, the system will also provide or suggest one of the generic strategies, which is one of it will be cost leadership, differentiations, or focus strategies. So all of these, apart from the HR strategies, it is also to provide a strategic generic strategies. Yeah? So these are some of the outlook. How does the system probably look like? So the system will be user-friendly. The whole idea is that to ensure that it is ubiquitous and it will be able to generate the result. As you can see, based on the result, we know which factors will be affecting the most, positively, negatively, and it will suggest the HR strategies. And at the end, you can see the suggested HR strategy. Hiring demands is redded, which means to say it is not feasible ideas to hire new employees. And the proposed solutions is that to update, reskilling or upskilling the current employees that it has. So these are the whole ideas that we have for this particular project for social innovation. Once again, thank you very much.